Hello everyone, I'm Yashika Goyal and I'm your Gyani buddy for today. Today we are going to discuss about insertion sort. So let's move to our discussion. This is our Gyani buddy page. You can find its link in the description below. So go check it out, give it a read. This page basically includes the related theory, the programs, whatever you need to understand insertion sort in a well specified and organized manner so you can understand it well. So now let's move to our discussion. Uh, what is insertion sort? Insertion sort is a simple sorting algorithm. Here we consider a deck. To understand it, let's consider a deck of cards, and I need to sort the deck of card. What will I do? I'll divide my deck into two sections, my sorted section and my unsorted section. Initially, my sorted section will have only one element cause only one element is initially sorted. And remaining elements will be placed in my unsorted section. Let's consider I keep the unsorted elements in my left hand and the sorted elements in my right hand. So now I'll iterate through my left hand, that is through unsorted elements. One by one, I'll pick element from the unsorted section and place it in the sorted section, that is comparing with each element in the sorted section and placing it to its correct position. And hence finally all the elements from the unsorted will move to the sorted and I'll find my sorted array, that is sorted deck of cards. So understanding it well, let's consider a real-time data structure with real-time data. So now let's move to that discussion.
So here I am using the data in the format of an array. As I've already explained that I need to divide the data in two parts, that is my sorted part and my unsorted part. For the sorted part I will be including the first element, only the single element which will obviously itself be sorted, and remaining elements will be placed in the unsorted part. So I've used this green line to indicate the sorted and the unsorted part. So now I need to loop from first element in the unsorted till the last element in the unsorted, and I'll use them one by one to place them in the sorted part and arrange the array as per that. So now I'll use the variable I to indicate the looping, that it will include the indexes which I am using currently to sort, which part I am using, which element I am using of the array to be sorted currently. Temporary will hold the value which is at that particular index. So now what is whole? Whole is a variable which will hold the value, like after I remove 5 from here and place it in the temporary, it will have a whole, like not obviously it will have, but the value defaultly it has as 5 only, because we are just copying the element now, we are not cutting it like as we do cut paste. So the 5 will remain as it is, but for our explanation, like as we have copied it in the temporary, now there will be a whole here, there will be no value here, so that will be included by the whole. So whole is basically used to carry out those manipulations which we need to sort these arrays. So now first I'll take the element at the index 1, which is I will be 1, temporary will be 5, and whole obviously will be 1, because here the element will be removed, from here the element will be removed. So now my array looks like somewhat 7 and then a whole, then 2, 1 and 3. So now I need to place my 5 at a particular position so that these two elements, like basically including 5 in the sorted part, so I have to include it, so I'll have to move it somewhere, like place it somewhere to make it sorted. So now I'll go from backward, like from the whole I'll go to the previous location, like one by one I'll go in the reverse order and then find which element is greater than my value inside the temporary, that is my particular element which I'm using of the unsorted array, sorry. So I need to move those elements which are greater than my particular element one step forward, so that I'll create a hole at a place where I need to place my 5. I think that will be better understood when I draw it or I show it in this work. First, I'll compare it with 7. 5 is compared with 7, like whole, previous of whole is compared with our temporary variable. Now we find that this is greater than 5, so we'll move it one step ahead. 7 is moved here. 2, 1, 3 will remain as it is. And now as 7 is moved here, the whole is now created here as this value is empty now. So now I cannot move further because it is just the end of my array. So now I'll bring back my 5 and place it here. So now the value of array will become 5, 7, 2, 1 and 3. Now you can see that now two elements are sorted. Like we have included 5 in the sorted part. We have given its place in the sorted part. Here for this case the whole value was 0. So we are bringing the temporary back to my whole value. Like whole can never be less than 0. Whole can have a last value as 0. So at that very moment when I find the value of whole as 0, I'll move my element back to the whole. Or in what case that could be? That could be when I find an element which is smaller than my temporary or equal to my temporary. When I find such an element, I'll stop it there and I'll bring my element, my temporary, back to the whole, and that will get me the sorted one. So I think that will be better understood when I go in the next part. See, now I include the second element in the unsorted part, that is at the index 2. So let me include the value as I will be 2, temporary will be 2. The value inside it is 2 itself, and the whole will be created at this particular index, so the value of whole will also be a 2. Now what my array looks like, I'll show you. 5, 7, here is a whole, 1 and 3. So as I've mentioned, now I need to compare the values previous to the whole and find the particular value where I can place my 2. Till the position I find elements greater than my temporary variable, till then I'll move those elements one step ahead. Like here I find 7 which is greater than 2, so I'll move 7 one step ahead. Now the array will be, here will be the whole, 5, 1 and 3. Now the value of whole here becomes 1 at index 1. So now I'll compare the previous value of whole, that is 5 with 2. 5 is greater than 2, so it should be moved ahead. 5 will be moved here, 7, 1 and 3. Now whole will come one step backward, that is here the value of, here the whole will be created. Now the whole is at location 0. So now I have got my stopping position, that is the whole value has been 0. It cannot be less than 0. So it is the last point. So I'll bring my 2 back to that position. Now the array will look like 2, 5, 7, 1 and 3. Now for the third element, that is at the index 3. 3, I will be 3, value inside it will be 1, whole will be at 3. Now the array looks like 2, 5. See, I forgot to mention, now these 3 are sorted. These 2 are remaining. So now continue with that. 7, here will be my whole and here will be 3. Now again the same procedure, find the elements that are greater than my temporary, move them one step ahead and bring the value of temporary back to the whole as per the ending conditions. Okay, so now I see with 7 is greater than 1, so move it one step ahead. Here will be my whole, 5, 2, here will be 3. So then now the value of whole will be 2. Now again 5 compared with 1, that also will be moved ahead. Now that will be 2, whole, 5, 7 and 3. Now the value of whole is at location index 1. Now once again 2 is compared with 1, previous of whole is compared with temporary. It will be moved ahead. 2 is here, 5, 7 and 3, whole will be here. Now I have found my stopping condition, that is my whole has been 0. It cannot be less than 0, right? So I'll have to stop at 0. So now I'll stop at 0 and I'll bring my temporary back to the whole. This will be 1, 2, 5 and 7. 3 will be as it is. So now the value of whole here was 0. Now we can see that 4 elements are sorted now. The sorted part has been increasing one by one, right? It was first element were 1, then elements were 2 in the sorted part, then it became 3, then it became 4. Now we remain with the last element. So now let's consider the value of I as 3, which is index 4. index 4, and the value inside it is 3. The value of whole, that is the whole, will be created at obviously location 4. So now my array somewhat looks like 1, 2, 5, 7, and here is my whole. Now the same procedure. Consider the value previous of whole and then move them one step ahead if they are greater than my temporary. So now I'll compare it with 7. 3 is compared with 7. 7 will move forward. Now 7 is here. Whole is created here. 5, 2 and 1 remain as it is. The value of whole here is now index 3. Whole has moved one step ahead, right? So now once again I'll compare the value previous to whole with my temporary. 3 is compared with 5. Okay, 5 is greater, so move it one step ahead. 5, 7, whole is created here, 2 and 1. The value of whole is now 2. Now I'll compare the previous of whole with my temporary once again. I do find that it is smaller than my whole, like that, sorry, it is smaller than my temporary. So now what will I do? I've again encountered with my stopping condition, that is I found a value that is less than temporary or that is equal to temporary. So now I'll stop here and I'll bring my temporary back to the whole. This will be 3, 2, 1, 5 and 7. It is sorted now. Every element of the array is now sorted. I hope I was able to explain you the concept properly. Now let's move to a dry run type of code, which will include to just implement these code in each of the language which we know, whichever favorite language we do have. Now let's create a dry run code. Insertion sort, which will include two variables a and n, where a is the array which I am using here, a, and n is the length of the array, that here we have used as 5, like elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 will be n. Okay, so now what will I do? First of all, what am I doing? I am looping it through the first index, like index 1 to last value in the array, that is index n minus 1. Here we have 5 elements, right? So the ending index will be 5 minus 1, that is 4. So now I am looping it for I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. Like here we have 4, here we'll include n minus 1. Now I am looping through this, and in this loop what we'll do? We'll first include the value of this, like I is already mentioned. Now this value must be stored in temporary. So now temporary is equals to a of I. Now what will be my whole? My whole will be the same value as I. Now what will I do? I am just looping it till I found these conditions, like my stopping conditions. That will be while I do have whole greater than 0. See, and a of whole minus 1 is greater than temporary. These are my conditions that need to be satisfied for this loop to run. This while loop should run in these two conditions only. If any of these conditions gets violated, we have to stop and move out of the loop. So now I'll use that a of whole is equals to a of whole minus 1. I think that will be pretty complicated to understand. Let me explain it here. It was my a of 0. It was my a of 1. As I found that this value is greater than my temporary, I've moved it one step ahead. That is, my value of whole, which was my previous whole, that value is changed to the value which was previous the whole, that is whole minus 1. So that is what the code is. Then what will I do? As I've moved this element also, I need to change my whole value also now. So I'll do that. Whole is equals to whole minus 1. Now my whole will hold its previous value. Now this is the looping. After the loop is completed, like after I found that my elements are been shifted and I found the particular position where I need to bring my temporary back, so now I need to bring it back now. So I'll place its value inside the hole, that is a of hole is equals to temporary, that is my temporary is brought back. So now that is the dry run code. You can implement it in any of the language you like. You can implement it in either C, C++, Java, and that's a pretty simple code you can implement.
I hope that gave you a proper explanation of what insertion sort actually is and how does it work. For the time and space complexities, you can visit our page. Our page includes them along with the descriptions. So now let's see how our code works. Does it work fine or not? Let's copy it out and paste it in NetBeans. See here, I have given my data at the compile time itself. You can give your data in the runtime by taking input from the user. Now let's save it and run it. So I got my sorted output. So the code works fine and now we are done. So I hope that was good enough, and for any further queries you can go to the comment section below and post your queries there.
And do like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel.